Okay, everybody, it's me, Gregory Mannarino. It is already Monday. I could have used one more day off, honestly. Okay, with that out of the way, Monday, May 23rd, 2022. People, here we go. Let's start off with the markets right now. Stock futures are higher across the board, and the setup for the market is not bad. Let's cover that real quick. You got the 10-year yield moving higher. What does that mean? Cash is leaving the debt market. It's looking for a place to go. Henceforth, why stock futures are higher. Crude oil is catching a bid right now and the dollar is getting slammed. What does this tell us? The setup for the market? Not so bad. However, what have we been seeing lately? Pretty much every single time this market has put on gains early, well, you got sellers here. People are, trying to dump their positions at any chance they get. Now, is this going to play out today? We shall see. Until that turns around as well, this market could very well remain under pressure. But again, we need to see how this plays out at the time in the future, a certain moment, whenever that may be, where people are not selling the rips, that'll give us another clue that things are going to turn around here. But don't get all like giddy right now with regard to stock futures being higher, and they are higher substantially. We'll see how it plays out. Are people going to sell the rip? We shall see. All right, with that said, let us move forward. You got gold and silver catching a bid right now. You got cryptocurrencies catching a bid. Bitcoin back over 30,000. 10-year yield is the key, people. I've been beating this to death. You also have to understand something else. A lot of people write to me and say, hey, Greg, it wasn't really like this in the past. That's the truth. This is an entirely new environment since QE1. There's been nothing like this. So we need to take in a whole new set of dynamics when we're looking at the market and how it's playing out. Now, we got some warnings today, or one big warning today from the IMF, the International Monetary Fund, Mafia Fund, whatever the heck it is. And they are warning, this is a quote, the global economy faces a confluence of calamities. Now, they name several things that are, are these a whole bunch of new crises? No, but they are getting worse, and you and I knew it already. You ready? Expanding war, food and energy shortages. Well, I think we're already seeing some of that here, and surging inflation. These are the things that you and I have covered for a very, very long time. And it's no surprise to anyone that these events are occurring, number one, nor that they are getting worse. Now, we also heard from our illustrious retard president who wants us all to be afraid of monkeypox. What he said is all Americans should be concerned about monkeypox. Well, what he's trying to say is he's going to try to scare the living shit out of you with regard to monkeypox and everything else they want to throw at you. Fear, distractions, propaganda. Look here. Our illustrious retard president went on to say that the United States will use force to defend Taiwan. So more blood, guts, death, suffering on a biblical scale. And there's no surprise here. Again, they will propagate war, especially war, because again, it allows the military-industrial complex to continue to pull cash out of the future in epic sums to subsequently allow central banks to continue to inflate. And I think you're all well aware of that. So that's the setup this morning, people. It's pretty incredible. I'm so curious to see if this rip here at the open gets sold. What are the chances of that? I don't know. We're going to have to see. If in fact we see the rip get sold, typically, let's say this, typically in a bear market now, this certainly does feel like a bear market, and the S&P 500 fell into bear market Friday, came out. We're now back up to a technical correction, but generally when you see a bear market starting to manifest itself, or even during a bear market, you get people selling the rips. Well, are we going to sell the rip this morning? I'll tell you this. Looking at the setup of the market, that is the 10-year yield lower, the dollar getting decimated, crude oil, okay, getting a bit higher. If the rip does not get sold today, well, that would be a tell for us to see where we're going, depending on what that 10-year yield does. It's the key freaking key here. So, as usual, we're going to keep our eyes on these things, and we're going to continue to do what we're doing. Bet against the debt, become your own central bank. I think we need to take advantage of every single dip that comes along with regard to precious metals. As I feel the same way about cryptocurrencies as well. You know why I am personally holding these things. I sincerely believe an inevitable event is going to occur. That is the implosion of the debt market. And that's going to change everything. I think also, I truly believe this is being set up by design to lead up to a grand finale. I've covered this to the point of nauseum. And that is going to destroy by design the entire freaking financial system, only to usher in a new one. We already have a one world government. It's the central banks. You all know that. Everything else is just theater. It's fake. It's just some kind of mechanism here to keep people distracted and, believing in a system that no longer exists. I think that's pretty straightforward here. Anyway, so it does look like wars are going to expand, and obviously food and energy crises are going to get even worse. Imagine my shock there, along with monkeypox and whatever other freaky pox they want to throw at us. And this is really something that we've covered right here. They're not done in any way, shape, or form. They're going to continue to do whatever they can to keep people's minds twisted, unable to focus. They want to keep people in a heightened state of fear. Recession, wars, disease, energy crisis, food crisis, cost of living crisis, baby food crisis, and everything else they want to throw at us. None of it is by accident. I think you are well aware of it. All right, people, so that's the story. Let's see what happens today. Are they going to sell the rip or whatever? What's going to happen today? I really don't know. But it's going to be interesting to see. And we will cover it all later, honestly. As I said, setup for the market's not bad. But will it play out? Will it turn? Keep your eyes on the 10-year yield. If you're watching the MMRI recently, Mannarino Market Risk Indicator, it has fallen back into the yellow. Risk in the market, according to the MMRI, has dropped. Let's see how that plays out as well. You can see the MMRI and a whole bunch of other things right on my website, traderschoice.net, link below. Before I let you go, Wednesday, real quick, I'm going to be on the Barrel Buddies. I love that show. I am an honorary Barrel Buddy. I hope to see all of you there. This is Wednesday, and I will put a link in description of this video to the Barrel Buddies show. It's going to be a blast. There's going to be giveaways. We're going to give away a whole bunch of stuff, and I hope you win something. I really do. So that's, I believe it's at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, Wednesday. I'll bring all of you up to speed when we get closer to that. And I'm looking forward to a little fun, and I hope you are too. So again, Barrel Buddies, Wednesday. I will see all of you there, at least I hope so. And I will see you at the end of the day. That's for sure.